When Arnold Schwarzenegger arrived in California, he was greeted by the less than favourable Gironda manner when Joe Weider sent him to Vince's for training. Vince's was the foremost gym at the time, and Weider sent all his protégés there to be groomed for stardom. When Arnold finally arrived, John Balik was there to witness Vince pull the rug from under the feet of the reigning Mr. Universe.
The first time I actually met him was at Vince's, because when Joe Weider brought him out, he had him train at Vince's, because at that point Vince's was go-to gym for Joe Weider. I was actually, when Arnold, it must have been in '68, I was working for Vince. I had a regular 5-day-a-week job, but as an engineer, but on weekends I managed Vince's gym on Saturday and Sunday for Vince. Arnold came in, and I was there, but so was Vince. And Vince was just sitting there. Arnold he was very young, over 250 pounds, and that was the size that when he walked through the door. So he's on flip flops and a tank top and white shorts. He walks in, and Vince is sitting there, as he sometimes did, chewing on an unlit cigar. And he came in and said, "I'm Arnold," with his total accent. He said, "I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm Mr. Universe." So it was obviously right after that time, and Vince just put the cigar down, and he says, "You just look like a fat fuck to me." And I'm standing there next to Vince, and I'm wondering how much of this Arnold actually understood. To me, one of the stories that goes along with that is that Arnold was never again that heavy, and that was part of Arnold starting to understand the difference between quality and size.
Arnold was first introduced to me through Joe Weider, who was his sponsor. Joe Weider arranged to have Arnold train here, which he did for 9 months. I didn't think he had it, because he didn't show the kind of drive I thought was necessary. However, he had a slow plodding type of Germanic drive where he showed up every day and plodded away at it. But he didn't do anything remarkable. He found Venice Beach more exciting. There was more going on. It's dull up here for a single man. You know what it's like down there. Very interesting. Everything's going on.
I'm going to show you them pictures of Arnold that portrayed Arnold as a big fat sloth. If you ought to say anything detrimental about him, he's too big to fuck with, because he could bitch if he wanted to.
Schwarzenegger used too many professional gimmicks. I'm not willing to discuss.
Vince was not impressed by this guy. Anyway, Vince is sitting behind the counter.
I wasn't.
Sitting behind the counter, and Arnold walks in for the first time, and in broken English, I'm here kind of off to the side, and Vince has got a cigar in his mouth, but it's not lit, and he's chomping away, and Arnold says, "I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Universe," and he just looks up to him very slowly and says, "You just look like a fat fuck." That heavy again. Period. That's the kicker on the story. Vince, of course, was Vince, but he also understood that Vince was right. Anyway, that's mine.
Brutal lesson for a young Arnold. And if you enjoyed this iconic piece of bodybuilding history, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.